Before we're getting into the topic of today's video, I want to say that this video simply may not be for you. Because this video is for those men who are willing to take responsibility for themselves and for the world that they found themselves in. This video is for those men who are sick and tired of residing in their own insidious nature of their comfort zone. This video is for those men who are sick and tired of having dreams, ambitions, goals and plans for the future, but without the necessary discipline, without the necessary actions that it takes to follow through on those ideas and goals in order to make them a reality, in order to bring them to life. We must all suffer from one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons. Jim Rohn. Now, before I'm going to go into how I've changed or what the practice of semen retention, of NoFap, did to me in the last few weeks, I just want to cover my motivations and reasons behind why I'm practicing this, why I am abstaining from PMO, from porn, masturbation and orgasms. And I think essentially it comes down to you yourself depriving yourself of the easy way, of the easy high, of the easy escape from the uncomfortable truths and realities of your life or of life in general. Because we all face hardships in our lives, but then we either conquer them, we either deal with them and we overcome them and we grow, or we get high, either with drugs or with porn, with whatever is going to give us pleasure and the dopamine that we so intensely seek. And then if we are no longer giving this pleasure to us, this instant gratification without any sacrifices, without any work, then we just become complacent. We no longer strive to do great things because we already got what we wanted. We are already just high and chilling and we really don't care anymore. And on the other hand, it takes a lot of self-discipline in order to abstain from PMO. And if we develop this discipline successfully, if we successfully abstain from those things, we had such a great exercise in developing discipline that then we can use that discipline in other areas of our lives, in our diet, in the way we exercise, in the way we take care of ourselves, essentially, and in everything that we want to do. So I think that's what it comes down to. And I think eventually I'm going to create a more in-depth video about all the reasons and all the mechanism behind semen retention or NoFap. And before I'm now going into explaining how NoFap, how semen retention has affected my life in the last few weeks, I want to read you this quote from David Data from his book The Way of the Superior Man, which I think almost perfectly describes the value and the essence of semen retention of NoFap. So here goes. In a subtle way, excess ejaculations will diminish your courage to take risks, professionally and spiritually. You will settle for doing enough to get by, to be comfortable, but you will find that you would rather watch TV than write your novel, meditate, or make that important phone call. You will have enough motivation to live a decent life, but ejaculations drain you of the cutting through energy that is necessary to pierce your own wall of lethargy and slice through the obstructions that arise in the world. Your gift will remain largely ungiven. And now let me explain how semen retention has affected my life in the last few weeks. And essentially, it just made me develop. It essentially gave me extreme willpower. It gave me that desire to pursue excellence and mastery in every single area, in every single aspect of my life. It made me extremely hungry for greatness. And I made a list of all the things that I achieved or that I managed to do in the last few days and weeks in order to back this up and in order to show you, to show me what's possible with this practice if it's done in the right way. And first, I was able to live with a very healthy diet, with eating mostly very healthy things. And on top of that, I was also able to practice intermittent fasting, where I would only eat every day during a 4-hour window between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. And for the other 20 days, every day I would simply fast, which is also something that's not easy, that takes a lot of discipline, that takes a lot of effort. But I probably wouldn't have been able to do that for the last 43 days as well if I haven't practiced NoFap or semen retention. And with this healthy diet and with practicing intermittent fasting, I was able to lose almost 6 kilograms of weight during the last 6 weeks, which by itself is pretty amazing. Then I got a well-paying job or student job at the airport here in Innsbruck, and when I wrote them, they basically responded to me immediately, or I think maybe a day later or on the same day, something like that, and they immediately offered me the job. Then I had the necessary courage and strength to walk up to beautiful women whom I found attractive and to ask them out, to overcome my own resistances, my own fear and insecurity that always comes up if you go and walk up to beautiful women. And even though I still got rejected, I still showed up, I still did what I had to do, I still did what I wanted to do. Then I also visited psychology classes at the university here in Innsbruck, because I'm currently in my first semester of studying, of being at the university. Then I visited my first climbing course, my first lead climbing course, which has also been just a very exciting journey for me in the last few weeks to go into that and to learn how to climb, because in the year before that I've been starting to boulder in Berlin, and that's also been a lot of fun. But now it's been even more fun to take that to the next level and to expand my climbing capabilities. And what I also have to add to this is that I'm afraid of heights. For me, it's not easy to be somewhere very high and to look down, or to be close to somewhere where I could fall down, even though there might be like a small wall or something. Like, I'm always pretty scared in those situations. And so I've now also been pretty scared when I was climbing up those walls for sometimes 10 meters or 17 meters tall, which translates to being 56 feet tall walls. But even though I always felt scared and insecure, and even though my body was feeling very intense in all of those moments, I was able to go through that. I was able to overcome myself and to step into the fear and to go beyond that fear, which is always something that feels just great and very, very satisfactory when I'm done with that. Then I've been also walking 10,000 steps every day for the last 50 days, and I've been averaging like 10,300 days for the last 2 months, or the last 50 days to be exact, because I started with that a little bit earlier than with NoFap, or this current streak of NoFap. But that's also not been easy, because sometimes it's raining outside, it's extremely cold outside, and sometimes it's in the evening and you're tired already, or I've been tired already. But then I still always had the strength and the willpower to still go outside for at least an hour and to walk and to get in those 10,000 steps, which also helped me to lose weight with all of this movement. And just a few days ago, I've reached my highest ever chess rating on chess.com, which is a hobby that I'm very fond of, playing chess. And yeah, just a few days ago, I've reached 1,500 in the ELO rating system in Rapid, which was pretty exciting. And then on the same day, I've managed to climb the most difficult boulder yet at my local new climbing gym here in Innsbruck. And even since then, I've also managed to climb the first projects on the kilter board, which is a special kind of board or system in the climbing gym, which is pretty difficult. And yeah, overall, it was pretty amazing for me to do all of those things and to have the energy to do all of those things. And I certainly wouldn't have had the capabilities and the energy and the motivation, the discipline to do all of those things if I would have still been watching porn and masturbating, because then I wouldn't have the need or the desire to go after all of those things. But I also need to be very real with you, because these things, everything that I've did in the last few days and weeks, haven't been a cakewalk, or they haven't been easy just because I was practicing NoFap. All of those things have been extremely hard, and I also needed to face a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in my life in the last few weeks. I also needed to face sometimes my own loneliness when I was alone at home, realizing that I'm currently not able to attract those women into my life that I want to attract. And the thing is, with this practice, you can no longer shy away from these uncomfortable truths, from the pain that's inside of you, the pain that can arise just by living your life and by taking risks and by bringing yourself out there into the world. You need then to face all the pain that comes from those things, because you're no longer able to escape from them. You're no longer able to get an easy high that covers these things. And that needed a lot of endurance to face the hardship that comes from this practice, from this journey. And of course, I also practice meditation, which is very essential, or also an essential tool to deal with your own mind and all your thoughts and emotions. But there have been a lot of moments where I've been very depressed and very, very, very uncomfortable. And then me being able to overcome the situation made me to the person I am right now, and helped me to become who I am and who I actually want to be.